Hey Pixies! Today we're going to do mermaid nails. I've already applied Revel's Glow Overlay Radiance to each of my fingers so that they will glow in the dark. We're using the Double Dip liquids, Mountain Mama Berry Time, that is a thermal changer, Linens on the Line, it's a white glow, and Angel Wings, which is a flaky dip powder. And we are going to get started with Linens on the Line. So I am going to pour out the entire container into the cupcake liner, and then I will apply my double dip base. Now this is going to go on our middle finger because I ordered nail decals from Poshy, and I will link everything down below for you. I have discount codes for Double Dip and Mountain Mama, but I did purchase the Poshy nail decals and I wanted a nice white base for our mermaid. So we're going to do a mermaid theme mani with the Poshy decals. So I am going to lay my finger into that dip powder, clean up the cuticle area, dust it off with a stiff nail brush, and then apply another layer of the dip base and lay my finger into the powder again, clean up the cuticle area, and dust it off, and that will be it for Linens on the Line. Now I do have a dip powder tips and tricks video which I can link for you, and I also have a basic application video for using gel liquids with dip powder, so I will link that as well depending on what kind of liquid you like to use. Now keep in mind, if you're using gel, some people say that they notice a color change with gel. I've never really noticed my dip powders being a different color with gel versus dip liquids. However, if you're using thermals or certain changing dips, they most likely will not change. So the gel is very thick and it can't penetrate through that gel to actually make it change colors. So Berry Time, which we're using right now, is a thermal changer. You see it change while I'm dipping. However, once I apply the gel top coat, it will not change. And I knew that because I'm applying nail decals and I typically don't clear coat them with a dip powder. I just finish up with a gel base and gel top coat then. So because I applied gel, it didn't change. So I will definitely need to use this dip powder again because I really want to see it change and how well it changes. So this will definitely be one that I have to use again. So since it has those little iridescent flakes, I'm going to pat the nail to get those little flakes to lay down. And you want to make sure it's as flat as possible before you move on so that you have less buffing and filing to do, and then dust everything off with a stiff nail brush and do the whole process a second time. Now for Angel Wings, which is a very flaky dip, I do the same exact thing. Once I dip, I clean up the cuticle area and pat everything down really flat before I move on. So I'm going to let you watch me finish up the dips and I'll be back in just a minute. Now we're going to apply our clear dip powder to encapsulate our manicure. So I apply the dip base and pour my clear dip powder over. And what I'm doing there is there was a little bump from one of the flakes on my nail. So as that dip powder was hardening with the base, I used a nail from my other finger to kind of press that down to get it to hopefully compact, which it did work, and make it flatter. So if you have a little bump, once that dip powder, it's pretty tacky at first, but once it starts to dry, you can kind of press down and get that to be a little flatter before it completely hardens. So anytime that you see me doing that, I'm just trying to get the little flakies that were in these dips to lay a little flatter for me. I actually prefer a foil dip that has really soft foils because typically whenever you dust off with a stiff nail brush, it removes any of those foils that aren't kind of set into your nail. But these ones were a little bit thicker than that, and that's fine. They just take a little bit more patience when working with them because the outcome is beautiful. So make sure you stick around to see the picture at the end and the glow picture because I really love the way this manicure turned out. So yeah, it's just, you can easily, and I'm sorry, there's a little mini earthquake happening here on the screen, and that's because my big orange cat Sherman had jumped up and was rubbing his face on the tripod, and I did not notice. So I'm really sorry, but that's the only time it happens in the whole video. So I'm going to go ahead and really scrub my nails well with that stiff nail brush and look at the thermal changer with the activator. So I'm applying a good coat of activator to each of the nails, and look at the thermal change with Berry Time. It's so pretty. And if you have any other bumps on your nail, as your activator is drying, you can also press down on those and get them to flatten out a little bit. So that's what I'm doing here. There was a little bump on my pinky, and I'm just trying to flatten that out a little bit more as my activator is hardening. And then I buff, file, and reshape off camera, and now we're applying our second layer of activator, but I'm only applying it to my thumb and my pinky because those two we're going to finish up with our double dip top coat. I wait about a minute and then I wipe it off with the paper towel. And this first layer of top coat, you just want it to be 2 to 3 quick brush strokes per nail, and then really wipe it off on a paper towel before you put your brush back in the bottle or your brush could harden. And then I wait about 30 seconds for double dip and I apply that second layer of top coat. This one can be much more detailed. You can cap your free ends, which I do recommend if you plan on wearing your manicure more than a few days. And I'm just going to completely finish those nails because they're not getting anything else. The other 3 we're going to do decals on, and I'll finish up with gel. So what we have now is I took my decals and I cut them as close to the actual decal as possible. That is a soda bottle with water, a soda bottle cap with water in it, and I just lay that decal in there for about 10 to 15 seconds and it peeled right off so easily. And then I place it on the nail and pat it with a paper towel just to get any of the excess water off, and it was just so easy to work with. These were some of the best decals that I've used. The only other ones I like just as much are actually, it's funny, it's a cheap set that I bought from Amazon, and it's a set of hundreds of them. So any of the other full nail decals that I've tried did not work for me, but the mermaid that we're putting on the middle finger is kind of a full nail decal. So that one's super easy as well. Once you get it off the backing, just place it on your nail wherever you want it to be. And you can also do a layer of gel base and cure it for 30 seconds, and that will give you a tacky layer to put your decal on. I did not do that. However, I have done that in the past, and that is something that you can do. Like I said, it just provides you with a tacky layer for that decal to really stick to. So once I have it in place, I flatten everything out and make sure I kind of get any of the excess water off. And we're going to do our mermaid now, and she's so beautiful. And I just put her in there for about 10-15 seconds. She's so pretty. These decals come off so easily. I've had some other ones that literally disintegrated in the water. all the color and everything came off. But these ones from Poshy were really good. See how it just completely pops off the backing without you having to mess too much with it. So I'm going to position that, and once I'm done with that and ready to top coat, I'll be back in just a second. Now that we have our nail decals in place, we're going to take our Dollhouse Dips gel base and apply a layer of that to the entire nail, and we're going to do that on all 3 nails with the decals and cure that for 30 seconds. Now you want to finish up with a layer of gel followed by a layer of the, well, I guess I should say gel base, followed by a layer of the gel top coat, because if you go right in with your top coat on top of your smooth dip powder, you will get chipping and peeling at the corners of your nails, exposing your dip powder. So you want to do the gel base, cure it for 30 seconds or however long you need to cure it for your lamp. So now I'm going to apply the gel top coat, and we're going to do that on each of the nails and cure it for 1 minute. And I do have a discount code for the Dollhouse Dips gels. Now they're not completely HEMA free. Talking with the owner, she said that they're extremely low HEMA but not completely HEMA free, so keep that in mind if you have allergies. And that is our finished look today. What do you think? Alright, so we're going to apply some cuticle oil to finish up. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. To see more content, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. I have new videos every Monday and Thursday. If you have any questions, leave a comment below or find me on Instagram at Dipping Pixie. I also have a TikTok, which is Dipping Pixie. Everything will be linked down below for those as well. That's it for this one, guys, and I will see you in the next one.